Hi, welcome to another edition of the Alan Rosenberg Show, and it's time for a haul video. Today I'm going to be showing you a bunch of box sets I recently picked up. Really cool book, and 15 CDs. Yeah, I know the old story. I was trying to slow down, get through my backlog. I've made some inroads, which we will get to at the end of the month when I do a video on the stuff that graduated from backlog to the official database. But yeah, I got 15 new CDs and a couple of box sets. About a week ago, I did a video on an Elton John haul video. I had gone to a local thrift store where some huge Elton John collector traded in their whole collection, and I bought 14 Elton John CDs. Some of my viewers, thank you very much, said, hey, you got great stuff. I had bought 14 Elton John CDs. I already own 33. But they said, I see you're still missing some stuff, and you should go back if they still have it and pick up some more. So I took your advice, and I actually went back to that thrift store, and they actually, when I went back, they had a 50% off sale. So I bought a couple of more CDs. So let's get right into the haul video. What have I picked up over the last 2 weeks, I guess it is. So, well, this is just a few days ago. I went back to that thrift store. Like I said, it was President's Day. They had a 50% off President's Day sale, so that was Monday. And I picked up the remastered version of this Elton John album, Too Low for Zero. Actually got pretty high ratings on like All Music. I'm Still Standing, you know, I guess that's why they call it the blues. And the remastered version is going to sound better, I'm sure, and it's got some bonus tracks. And then I picked up the remastered version of this one called Sleeping with the Past. Oh, you'll notice the price. I know people, at least some people like to know the price. So this was $2.99, and this was $2.99. In fact, they're all $2.99, but it was 50% off, so it cost me $1.50. Here's Sleeping with the Past, digitally remastered with bonus tracks, as you can see. And then I got this album, not digitally remastered. This is the Fox. I picked it up. I actually love that song, Calla Etude Fanfare. The instrumental is amazing. I just think that's so good. So I picked this one up. And then I also got this, which I'm actually listening to right now. One Night Only, Elton John Live, Greatest Hits at Madison Square Garden. This thing's loaded. It's like 78 minutes long or something like that. And I just heard Don't Go Breaking My Heart with Kiki D. So I have been on such an Elton John mood this month in February because I picked up those other 14 CDs. Like I said, I already had 33, and now I got another 4. And I've been listening to him like the last 2 weeks steady, loving it. And I'll show them to you in the next video. Those fan club live CDs from Madison Square Garden are just Elton John alone, and they're amazing. I couldn't believe how great they were. So anyway, 4 more Elton John CDs. Now, also there, they had these, which was really cool. This is an Elton John fan club magazine, East End Lights, and they had 2 of them, and they're really nice. This is a fan club magazine that I never heard of, and they're pretty in-depth, as you can see. This is really, really, really well done. And it was $1.49 with 50% off. And I had another one, East End Lights, the magazine for Elton John fans. And this was, I guess, when he was playing with Billy Joel. And again, look at this. Is a magnificent fan club magazine. Wow. I mean, this is, you could see, really professionally done. And it's thick. It's really, really well done. So they had this, and that was $1.49, 50% off. And then from his farewell tour, they had the Farewell Yellow Brick Road tour book, and I have a huge collection of tour books. $3.99, 50% off. So this was $2. And they had a bunch of Elton John tour books that were mostly just photo books, which I really wasn't interested in. And some of them were pretty old. But this one, I like the tour books that really go in depth. And as you can see, this one is a really big one. So I picked this one up for $2 from his most recent tour. So there's more Elton John haul from that same thrift store. Now, what else have I gotten recently? And I'm going to do a shout out to the record stores that I go to. They didn't ask me to do this. They don't know I'm doing this. Actually, I hope it doesn't annoy that I'm doing this. But why not give credit where credit is due? If they're a nice record store and they treat me and customers right, why not mention them? So if you're on Long Island. So this is from Looney Tunes. They had a 50% off sale a couple of weeks ago. I'm a big Charlie Daniels Band fan. I never had this particular album, Homesick Heroes. And this was $4.99, but it was 50% off, so I got it for $2.50. And I know a couple of the songs. They did a new version of Uneasy Rider. This one's called Uneasy Rider 88, I guess it was. And I know Cowboy Hat in Dallas. So what the hell? It's a good price. I, believe it or not, never had a Boomtown Rats album. Bob Geldof. Of course, I Don't Like Mondays. That is a classic song. Amazing song. Rat Trap, I know that. For whatever reason, I never had one of their albums. So for the price, I got Boomtown Rats Greatest Hits. This is an original CD. It's only got 10 songs on it. But for $2, what the hell? 99-cent CD was half price. A Van Morrison album that I never had called Avalon Sunset. And this is a really good one. We know whenever God shines his light. Have I told you lately? For whatever reason, and I have a big Van Morrison collection, but I never had that one. Last couple of years, I've been really getting into Joan Osborne. This is one called Pretty Little Stranger. It was 99 cents, 50% off. And Broke Down Palace, which I take it as a Grateful Dead cover for American Beauty. So this should be a good listen. I've become a fan. And another artist I never had any of his albums from, and a lot of people say this is amongst his best. This is Robert Palmer. And on CD, this is Sneakin' Sally Through the Alley. And I totally love like albums that are like 40 minutes long or not. There's a cover of Sailing Shoes, Little Feat track, of course. So this should be an interesting listen, and 45 cents. So it was definitely worth giving it a shot. I had gone to another thrift store on Long Island that I never really have any luck. And sure enough, I found two really, really cool CDs. Another band I know of, but never had their albums, Cactus. And this is called Cactology, the Cactus Collection. I know they have 4 albums. Yep, those are the 4 albums. And this is a great anthology of the best of those 4 albums. And this was $1. So that is that CD. Same store, I found this. I have a feeling, I haven't looked it up, I have a feeling this is going to go for a pretty penny. Because in my whole life, I've never seen it before. And this is one of the really early Mata Hoople albums called Wildlife. I have never seen this on CD. And there's the flip. And this is on Atlantic. And only got the 9 songs on it. And I picked it up. It was also only $1. And that's what it looks like inside. So I got a feeling, my gut's usually pretty good, that this is probably a pretty valuable CD. So that was a cool find for $1. And then, what else do I got here? This stuff was from a store in Massapequa called Infinity I go to a lot. And this was a 99-cent CD from a band called the Subdudes, another band I never had any albums from. And this is Live at the Ram's Head. This is a 2-CD set. And I figured for $1, I will check them out and see if I like them. And then they had this. I never had this album for one reason or another. Gary Moore, After Hours. I do love Gary Moore's blues stuff. It's actually my favorite music that he does. But for whatever reason, I just never picked up this one, Jumping at Shadows. I know a lot of the songs. I have a Blues Alive CD that's got some of this stuff on there, Separate Waves. But nice to get the album from Gary Moore. I only picked this up because of the price. Another one that I just about never see on CD. Maybe that's for the better, because it's one of the latter-day Jefferson Starship albums called Winds of Change. But this does have Grace Slick on it and the band. And I know the title track, Winds of Change. So Be My Lady was a big hit. So, my light almost went on. It is definitely going to be worth checking it out for $1. And if it doesn't make it, it doesn't make it. Won't make it into the database, but we'll see. And last but not least, I'm a big fan of Molly Hatchet. I think they're a great Southern rock band, their early stuff, the original band. And this is No Guts, No Glory. This is the album they did when Danny Joe Brown, the singer, return to the band, and it's got one of the greatest Southern rock anthems of all time on there, Fall of the Peacemakers. I have it on other Molly Hatchet collections, but I never bought this album, and it was only $1. So that was all from Infinity in Massapequa. So there are the 15 new CDs I picked up in the last couple of weeks. Some other Elton John stuff. Other stuff I see here is box sets. I went to an estate sale, and all of these I got at one estate sale, and each one of these box sets was $6. So $25 I paid for the 4 of these box sets. Pretty good price, I would think. I have all of the Lynyrd Skynyrd albums when the original Lynyrd Skynyrd Classic Band. Never bought the 3 CD box set, the definitive Lynyrd Skynyrd collection, but I decided to pick it up. And this is actually a BMG version from the Record Club days, but it's mint, man. This thing's not touched. It's got the whole book, and I love box sets, but they're the kind of thing I don't really ever go back to listening to too much. But good to have, and this has got alternate tracks on unreleased stuff. So there you go. That's one box set. And then Elvis Presley. So what can you say about the king of rock and roll? I could say that I don't really ever listen to him much. And I don't have a lot of Elvis Presley in my collection. I think I have 5 of his albums. And they're all compilation type stuff. Obviously, they're great, but it's not the kind of stuff that I ever listen to. I listen to Chuck Berry. I listen to Bo Diddley. I listen to Buddy Holly, big time. Elvis, I just never really listened to. But I've seen these 3 box sets for decades. They came out in the early 90s. And I was always like, these look beautiful, and they're really comprehensive. And they typically go for around $25, which is not a bad price. They're 5 CDs, I think they are. Yeah, each one of them has 5 CDs. But I just never felt the need. And then when I went to this estate sale and I got all 4 of these boxes for what did I say? 6 times 4, 25 I think I paid. Was worth it. So this is the first one. Nope, let's go with this one. First one is the 50s Masters, and they're all mint. And in fact, one of them has like stamps in it. And these are the complete 50s Masters, and this will all go in my backlog. Hopefully I will get it before I die and listen to these things, but I just couldn't pass them up. I mean, when you open them up, you know, it's even got like the card to respond, and I don't know if you can see, you know, 5 CDs, and it's got a beautiful, you know, it all got really beautiful, thick, comprehensive, lots of liner notes. So this is the 50s box set, the complete 50s Masters. Let's stick that guy over there. Hope you don't fall, Elvis. David will love it if you do. And then we got the Essential 60s Masters. Now, my favorite Elvis album is, whatever that's called, From Elvis to Memphis or something like that. And that's a great album. I have a deluxe on CD of that. This is probably the one I'm the most interested in checking out. And this is the 60s Masters from Elvis. 5 CDs, same setup as the 50s ones. Beautiful, thick booklet, liner notes, rare pictures, studio logs. And this is the one that also has a collection of stamps. Pretty cool. And then the CDs are inside there. So 5 CDs of the complete, or the Essential 60s Masters, I guess I would say. And then the 70s is the Essential 70s Masters. Classic Elvis look. And there's the 5 CDs there. You can see. And then when we open that one up, same setup. And like I said, all of these are like mint. Whoever bought these, I don't think they ever really listened to them. And then looks like that inside. So there you go. 3 Elvis box sets that covers the 50s, 60s, 70s, the Lynyrd Skynyrd box, and 15 CDs. That's my latest haul. And that's about, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks, not including the last haul, which was just Elton John. I wanted to show you this because this guy is kind of rock and roll. I'm a really big reader and a big movie guy too. And this was at the thrift store that had the Elton John stuff. And this was 50% off, so this cost $3. And this is the Crumb Handbook. And it even comes with a CD. And in fact, the CD is still sealed. And it's an Crumb sampler. But if you don't know Crumb, you know, he's legendary. In fact, he used to do, he's done like graphics of albums, including bootleg albums. So this is a book on his life, basically. And it's got samples of his work. And I'm definitely a fan. So I kind of thought, yeah, there he is. He invented that. You remember Keep On Truckin'? So I thought, even though he's not rock and roll, he's kind of rock and roll in attitude. And he's had some relations in rock and roll. So I thought that would be interesting to show you. Pretty cool book for $3 at the thrift store. So there you go. There's officially my haul. That about does it. I hope you enjoyed this. Please send your comments. If you're new to my channel, hit subscribe. And one other thing I wanted to show you. I am a really big movie guy and a Laserdisc guy. Just like I collect records and CDs, and I have a backlog because they don't make it into my database until they make it in there. Same with Laserdisc. I have like almost 800 Laserdiscs, and I watch them, I study them, and they have alternate tracks and, you know, biographies on and documentaries on them. And one of the things I've been checking out over the last couple of months. Do you remember a show called The Outer Limits? I'm a big fan of The Twilight Zone, but The Outer Limits I never watched. And this is a great thing about Laserdisc. So I had gotten 3 box sets of all different shows of the original Outer Limits. These boxes are sealed. So this is the 3rd volume. And I haven't gotten to that one. I watched the first one. This is the first one. Those are the shows. And this is what it looks like. Those are the different shows. I thought you might get a kick out of this. And if you don't know what Laserdisc, they come with a book and like a little booklet of all the different episodes in there. And lo and behold, that's what Laserdiscs look like. So I finished this first box and watched all of these. And right now, I am in the second box. And those are the episodes. And so far I'm up to It Crawled Out of the Woodwork. That's what I'm up to right now. And it looks like that. And it's fun. You see like these stars that you know now, and they're really young in the show. It's really cool. So just showing you another part of me. I'm a really big movie guy. And Laserdiscs are, for me, like a really cheap film school. And I love them. And what I'm doing with the Outer Limits is after I watch each episode, I went and at a estate sale, I found this book. And it's called the Outer Limits Official Companion. It's so old that it actually is disintegrating. The cover was there when I bought it. But it has stories of each episode. So what I do is I watch each episode and then I read all about how they made it and things like that. So just another nutty side about me that you might find interesting. And then after I watch them, they go into the database and filed away just like the records and CDs. So there you go. Again, thanks for subscribing to my channel, or if you don't, please do. Send your comments. Let me know. You ever watch The Outer Limits? Any comments on these box sets or CDs? And my birthday's upcoming, and let's see what I get for my birthday. I'll do a whole video for that, I'm sure. Thanks so much again. Have a great night. What is tonight? Thursday night? So if I don't speak to you until over the weekend, have a great weekend. Take care.